And it was hard
I've
to
heard this a lot of times, Warren. I've worked 35 years to build this company. It's got to be worth this. And I get that. But that's not what buyers are buying. They're buying the future. They're not buying the past. So the value has to be transferred at the closing, and the buyer's going to say, what is this going to do for me as the buyer? And, hopefully a buyer is respectful about that 35 years. But they're not paying for that 35 years. They're paying for the future performance of the company. And that's what you need to show.
Right. And if you set your company up right, or you're in a niche, or you're doing something particular, you're adding more value because they have it going forward.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, it has to be about the future value. And to your point about the people sabotaging things, there are three primary things you want to think about when in an acquisition context. These are very broad categories. You want to think about the money, you want to think about the strategic position of the company, and you want to think about the people or the culture or the social environment of that company. And I can tell you that most buyers and sellers think about those things in that order. They think about the money, then they think about the strategy, does this fit? And the last thing they think about is the people. We hear a lot of lip service about people, but when it gets down to it, that's what they're thinking about. However, I can tell you when you do a look back on most of these transactions, it's the opposite. It may be a tie between the people and the strategy, because both of those have to be right. But typically it's the people. If the people are wrong, you should walk away from a deal as a buyer or seller. Don't kid yourself that any amount of strategy or money is going to make it work. You got to have the right people. Strategic fit is critical. And then at the end of the day, I don't want to, people make different amounts of money in this business, but I'll just throw out a round number. $10,000 or $100,000 spread over 5 years in a purchase agreement is not going to change pretty much anybody's life in this business. So you really want to focus on those other factors and then work out the best financial deal.